Hello everybody, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity 2. In the last session, we ended up here in the Brass Citadel district of Neketaka. More specifically, in the Officers' Lounge, where Fedoran was hoping to rest up and recuperate after a couple of spots of trouble in the Sacred Stair. But unfortunately, much to his horror, he was told that as he wasn't a member of the Royal Deadfire Company, not only could he not stay the night there, there's no facilities for anyone to stay anyway, but he couldn't even order a round of drinks. Absolutely couldn't believe his ears. Fedoran, he stressed, you know, Lord Fedoran, you may have heard of me. Nope, not good enough. So rather unceremoniously, the party were packed off, and they had to return back to the Queen's Berth, to their usual haunt, the Wild Mare, where they got a quick bite to eat, a short rest, a quick turnaround, and here we are, bright and early once again, to explore the area properly. We've got a couple of things to do here. Couple of things to do. The first thing is we are looking for... if you bear with me, I had this ready, and now I've not got it ready. Here it is, sorry. The Brass Empire. We're going to speak to the Hazanui Karu to see if you've got any converging interests. And more importantly, we are here to locate some arcane enchanted gloves. Rakawa's fingers stolen by Beteno from the dark cupboard, and he apparently is somewhere in this area. More specifically, he could well be in the docks. So yeah, we must get cracking, because Fedoran is hoping that he might be able to nab those gloves as a reward should he get them back, or at the very least get a significant discount, because Archmage enchanted gloves are bound to be useful to a man like him, to a fellow Archmage, of course. So this is the powder house. We are going to visit, in this area, we're going to visit the smithy, the gunsmithy, the fleet master's office. We will also explore the powder house, and we'll end up in the Imperial compound, which is where we need to be to speak to the Hazanui. But we'll explore the other parts of this district first. And that is, of course, after we've been to the docks, because that's where our important business is located, potentially. Oh, another cat. Another stray animal.
What do you need?
We are really getting ourselves a little menagerie of creatures, aren't we? Weather mage.
Sure.
Got nothing to say. Aha! And Fedoran recognising this chap as the one that fled from the dark cupboard. Let's see what he has to say for himself.
Beat it. I don't have time to chit-chat.
The thin Valian glances over your shoulder with an expectant frown. You happen to have stolen a pair of gloves from the dark cupboard. You were fleeing out the doors, almost knocking me to the ground as I walked in. I suggest you hand them over.
Not a chance, amico.
Oh dear. He narrows his eyes.
Fassina sent you, didn't she? Postinago, just for these?
Shaking his head, he pulls a pair of fine gloves from his pocket, studying them with evident disappointment.
Soft as down, but not a single fence willing to pay me a fair price. Maybe they've got imp stink all over them.
Yes, you're going to have a hard time selling an Archmage's gloves for fast coin. I think people are wiser than to meddle in such affairs for fear of drawing the ire of such a powerful man.
Should have guessed these were bad luck. Well, it's too late to go making smart decisions, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose it is. He opens his mouth to say more, but something to the southwest distracts him, and his expression fills with dread.
Here he comes, and I'm too late. If Hamuto doesn't give me an extension on my debt, I'm a dead man.
Fedoran thinking fast on his feet. Just remain silent and let me deal with this. I have dealt with far scarier foes than this man. Glancing at you, Beteno shrugs and swallows down a lump in his throat. Oh, what are you doing, Fedoran? I have a feeling this man is not coming alone. Oh dear, this could go badly. A unit of steely-eyed sailors approach the docks, clutching pikes and firearms with quiet professionalism. At their head stands a tall armour in a mustard-yellow uniform. He turns his attention between you and Beteno.
So, Berteno, you hired a mercenary, or else a negotiator. That coin should have gone toward your debt to me.
Hamuto rubs a long scar that extends the length of his neck.
Huh? No, I didn't. That is, I would never go behind your back.
Beteno, please be quiet. The adults are talking here. Hamuto's eyes brighten and he nods. The soldiers around him chuckle with approval.
I like dealing with people of substance. This is a private matter. Your interference is unnecessary.
A bit of now flattery is in order. You sound more reasonable than I was led to believe. A promising start.
Do I? One can
Yes.
be adherent to the tenets of maritime law and still be seen as a monster.
Yes, well, unfortunate for you, but Beteno is coming with me. Hamuto lets out a piercing whistle. Several soldiers milling about the area snap to attention and fall into formation around the docks. Oh, we're now surrounded. Oh dear. Fedoran better either shut his yap or really work overtime with his silver tongue here.
I salute you for your courage, but I ask you to reconsider your position.
I don't think we're going to start threatening people here. We're not paying. What is your plan for him?
Indentured servitude. I trust this is a more honest and respectable alternative than any pursuit he would take on his own terms.
Oh. It's a tough decision. I don't think Fedoran is one to threaten very readily. There's the trouble here. And we're really... So the question is, we don't know how much the debt is yet, so we can at least hopefully get the price. Hopefully this is not kind of committing us, but sort of a way in to see how much he's owed. We're kind of thinking that those gloves, a discount at the dark cupboard for getting the gloves back is probably going to be worth more than the debt in the long run. Possibly. Asking what's owed here.
You must care a great deal for this insufferable little worm to stake your purse on his freedom. 400 pyres are what Berteno owes, and I will accept that sum to have this sorry business concluded.
That's not a massive amount to a man like Fedoran. And as he's thinking, and as I said, we're stand to gain probably more than that if we get a decent discount in the dark cupboard. Lots of items in there that we want. Even a 10% discount on some of those are going to be worth more than the 400 here. Do you know what? Hamuto, wasn't it? Yes. 400. Yes, I think that is... I think I've got those in my pockets here. I think... yes. I'll agree to pay this man's debts.
Then our business is concluded.
He signals his men to stand down. After a hateful look, they lower their arms and follow their captain's lead. Wow, that could have been messy. That could have been messy. It's a good job we had some coin.
I can't believe I'm finally out of debt.
Yes, and I remind you not to forget why you are out of debt.
For the first time in my life, I'm free.
Yes, indeed you are. And I don't think we'd put it like that, but I think Fedoran will be very quick to point out that, you do owe us some gloves, perhaps.
Not anymore, I'm not. Here, catch.
He tosses you the gloves with casual disdain. Rocko's. Okay, so let's see what these gloves are all about. What was it worth getting ourselves into a pickle over? +1 to dexterity and +1 to sleight of hand. Grants spark crackers, which is a dazzling swarm of colourful bursts, confusing everyone in the area. Okay. Dexterity and sleight of hand. Like a kind of bomb spell, isn't it? Distracts. Not the greatest of gloves. I'm disappointed.
It's a new Berteno all the way. Pirate Berteno doesn't get himself in anyone's debt.
Laughing in full voice, he makes a hasty exit. Well, you know what? We'll take that. We've got the gloves. But even more importantly, hopefully, we've got a discount at the Dark Cupboard. They'll be even worth more than the bloody gloves. Snivelling wretch. Right. Return to Facina in the Dark Cupboard. So, a nice way to finish the session if we can get there. And still, we are trying to reach 5,000 gold so we can buy that eyeglass. It's, or spyglass, whatever it's called. It's not going well, is it? Every time we get close to it, we end up spending money. Fedoran. Stop spending the damn coin, man.
No problem.
Okay. Well, we might as well start at the gunsmithy. It's probably a store, to be fair, but... some cannons overlooking the water. So here is Uto.
Eh?
The man greets you with arms crossed over his chest. He has a massive scar tissue where his left eye would be, and his hands are knotted with bulging tendons.
Looking for a pistol or an arquebus? Rawatai makes the finest guns in Aora, and I make the finest guns in Rawatai.
What makes your guns so special?
Craftsmanship.
He holds out his knotted hands, keeping them entirely still as he speaks to you. They're covered in small burns and scars that blur the varied pigmentation of his skin.
If you ask my superiors at Imperial Command, they'll tell you our main exports are saltpeter and metal. Those are just things. They're prized because of what we do with them.
He reaches onto the counter and presents a blunderbuss, holding it out for you to inspect with his ever-steady hands. It's a high-quality piece.
Rawataian industry is about discipline, precision, mastery of a careful art. Those qualities guide all that we build.
He puts the blunderbuss away. Fine. Good sales pitch, I suppose. Let me see what you have. Nobody's got a knee. Oh my! 45 grand! What the hell is this? A legendary arquebus, Dragon's Dowry. Wow. As I said, I've said this previously, I think, but just to reiterate, I will read the history of these weapons if we purchase them. Which is a shame to some degree, because we might be missing on some nice lore of other weapons, but if we read every weapon's description, we would be here for some time. Oh, he also sells some cannons, but we got 4 cannons from the quest with the shipwright in Queen's Berth, which we're itching to try out. Well, I say itching to try out. What I mean is itching to equip on our ship. I don't think Fedoran wishes to try them out, because that would mean he'd be in the middle of ship combat, which I don't think he's looking forward to be honest with you. Right, there's nothing much here. Okay, so the next place we're going to visit is the Fleet Master's office. Don't know what we're going to find in there, but, well, you don't know if you don't look, do you? Seems to be something pinned here, like a notice. Bounties, maybe?
Come to gawk, too? My punishment's over, you know.
Okay, so a rather disgruntled-looking woman catches Fedoran's eye. There was a bit of a palaver when we first walked in yesterday. This could be something to do with it. Sorry, didn't mean to upset you. I'm just passing on here to this office.
I shouldn't take my anger out on you. It's not your fault I punched my captain.
Oh, good grief. It's as if the mere mention of the incident takes her back to it. Her face darkens with anger, and a bitter snarl transforms her features.
So maybe he shouldn't have insulted my aim. Like I don't know the difference between a smooth and rifled bore.
She shakes her head, quietly stewing. I sense an opportunity here. Could well be that we may be able to recruit this lady. Just bear with me for a second.
I'm not reporting back to Wakoyo, that's for sure. I crewed on mercenary ships before this. Come to think of it, that suited me better. Still a scramble root at heart, I guess. But I'm plenty experienced. Maybe I'll see if anyone's looking for an expert cannoneer.
An expert cannoneer, you say? But I'm thinking he's distinctly lacking in expert cannoneers. And we have new cannons that an expert cannoneer will not have a field day with. Well, I just so happen to have a ship docked here in Neketaka, the Lord Fedoran, named after myself, and I could certainly use an experienced cannoneer on my crew. She looks you up and down, considering your offer.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I only crew with captains I know, either personally or by reputation.
Reputation? Oh, I'm surprised you haven't heard of my reputation. Fedoran, you may have heard of me. The Deerwood, the Hollowborn Crisis? No?
I'm sure you're capable, but I don't know enough about you. Yet.
Fedoran, taken aback, looking rather abashed. Oh, very shocked and horrified.
Let's talk again when you've made a name for yourself.
The cheek! Well, when I've made a name for myself, I shan't be returning here, I'm afraid to have to say.
No problem.
And with that, he turns on his heels and orders his group inside quickly, feeling his cheeks flushing by the second. A glory hunter? She could go whistle. Expert cannoneer or not, we will not be having her in our service. Just because she wants to be with a reputable captain.
Yeah.
Right. Let's go to the head honcho in here, shall we? And hopefully put that incident behind us rather quickly.
Pretty good, huh?
Clear skies, my friend.
Wakoyo crosses his arms and tips his head to the side. A long scar traces a path down his face, curving sharply where his cheek rises with a smile. Ah, greetings, Fedoran, captain of the Lord Fedoran, at your service.
I know of you already, Captain.
Oh, well, at least somebody around here does, he says, implying, well, we know what he's implying.
The boats of our decorated armada have orders which spread them thinly across the archipelago. Rawatai finds itself in need of a privateer. Your ship, unmoored from Deadfire politics, is an asset I would grasp with both hands. An arrangement can help us both. You will empty the seas of competition in exchange for profit.
Aren't you afraid privateering will start a war?
An official reckoning is drafted to account for every cannonball shot in the name of Rauatai. Our paperwork is most thorough.
Oh.
For every ship sunk, there is a legal justification. Our enemies will know the war is started on the day we fail to turn in our paperwork.
Ah, I see. Well, if everything is legal and above board, well, I am happy to lend my ship to your service. What bounties do you have available?
A Scylla wave skipper is your first target. A pirate shirking any pretense of lawful conduct in the open seas.
I'll take it.
Most excellent. A Scylla commands the Voyager River Dragon, which pesters a group of islands to the southwest of Port Mage.
Ah. Well, I shall return when I have completed the task. Shan't be long. So, Fedoran's suspicions were correct. It was a place to collect, to obtain bounties. He gives her a rather scathing sideways glance as he leaves.
Got it.
Still can't get over the cheek of her. She's been bloody punished. She finds herself without a ship. We offer her service on ours, which of course would come with lodgings, food, drink. And she basically spits it back in our face.
I'm sorry, but this area is strictly off limits.
Ah, I see. And what exactly is this place?
Private property of the Royal Deadfire Company, that's what.
I see.
No problem.
Don't think Fedoran likes it here very much. He's been turfed out of the officers' lounge. He's been told that, it's off limits. It's not the end of the world, but again, it's another rebuke. The most embarrassing of all is some random cannoneer / deckhand, not even wishing to entertain the idea of being on our ship. Goodness me, whatever next? I think the quicker we're out of this part of town, the better. The only good thing so far to come of it.
Into a rock?
The Ranga Nui, and it's a commemoration to show what he built.
Oh. Then did your Reparo also write their names on other stones?
Yeah, the only good thing to come out of it is a potential discount with the dark cupboard. Right, let's see if we can get in here without any incident.
Yeah, sure.
Any more issues, and I think Fedoran, a man of great patience at times, may start to lose his temper.
All this trouble over a tablet of fucking stone. If my company's standing wasn't on the line, I would have written this one off as a loss already.
Ah, so this is the lady that we saw outside Archmage. What's his face? I can't remember which Archmage it was. Outside the Archmage's place in the. I don't know the name of the district. You know what I mean? This bloody tablet, this thing. We spoke to the other lady about it. Now we're getting her side of the story. Asking her to tell us a bit about herself.
I help finance expeditions around the Isles, which often means keeping an ear to the ground. Not very romantic from behind a desk, but Rauatai's campaign could use the extra coin.
Okay, so what can you tell me about this epic, this Harpo epic?
It's a handsome piece of rock, which some call valuable. I won't dispute that point if the value goes to Rauatai.
Okay, so Archimere, that's the name of the chap. Okay.
Fine by me. I'm looking forward to the day when the Harpo epic is someone else's concern.
Mustache inside.
Something you want to tell me?
Now, was there one or two people in here that we needed to speak to? I can't remember. I think it's just the one. Is it just the one floor?
Got it.
No, there is a... Yeah, I remember somebody saying something about stairs down. We'll have a look around. We'll have a nosy. It's fine. So, we saw people training in here, some students, and a teacher of some sort. Who's that? Weapons master. This looks like an important room. Ah, the Hazanui, yeah. So, Hazanui Karu paces near her desk, looking like a shark circling the shallows. She clenches a long, elegant pipe between her teeth, the smoke trailing an acrid wake behind her. She looks up when you enter and favours you with a brief nod of acknowledgement.
The former Lord of Cadnua, and one-time Terrifier of Harbour Masters. If dockside tales are to be believed.
Well, I don't know which tales you've been told, but, well, there's always a hint of truth in rumour, I say.
You have not brought much good news of late. So, in addition to pirates, profiteers, and slavers, the Deadfire has a vengeful god roaming its waters?
Well, I need to learn a bit more about what he intends to do before we speculate on his motives. But you have the truth of it. He is at least roaming the waters.
If your report is true, he's stumping port towns into craters. I don't much care why he's doing it. He must be stopped.
She halts, turning to face you. You're finally able to get a good look at her. She's not especially large for an Almaua, but she carries her shoulders high. Her weathered face looks to have seen many storm-blown and sun-beaten days on deck, yet her eyes are sharp and keen. And that is why I came to you all at the palace in the first place. I intend to stop him. She waves a hand dismissively.
If there were help to be found at the palace, do you think Deadfire would be such a mess? The Valians won't lift a finger if it isn't to snatch a coin, and the Huana will barely do that much.
No? Tell it to the water shapers who washed your stranded boats from sandbars, Hazanui.
Oh dear.
No one takes charge to solve the big problems. But perhaps we could work together to our mutual benefit.
And what do you mean?
Look around. Deadfire's full of fertile, temperate islands. Except for Andra's mortar. It's largely free of rough weather.
She waves her right hand, and you notice again that the fingers remain strangely still. You realize it's an unusually fine prosthetic.
Yet much of it is uninhabited. Itinerant tribes drift between some of the islands, and smugglers and slavers cluster around the rest. It's a waste. Imagine what this place could be, with well-guarded shipping routes. How many Rowataians we could feed with plantations here.
And what exactly does that have to do with me? Fedoran saying. He kind of knows the answer, but he wants to hear it from her mouth.
If you're chasing the god who's stomping this place into the ground, then we have a common goal. And if you're going to survive here, then you could use an ally.
Perhaps. What do you have in mind?
The disaster at Hasongo remains a key concern. We rely on the port there to ship food back to Rawatai. That's on hold until you investigate. Short of that, there are other matters that demand attention. Atsura, our Grand Secretary, has a plan that would make use of your unusual talents. His office is downstairs. He can tell you more.
I see. It's a bit of a personal question. What happened to your hand? Maybe when we've got a bit more, spoke to her a couple more times, we'll question that. And a game board. I might ask about that though. Nice board behind you.
Hazatoa, Atsura and I usually have a game running, and this one's been going on for over a month and a half.
Month and a half? A long game.
Atsura's good at misdirection, but I've got a mind for the long game. You look like you've come with a purpose.
Yes, and I have discussed my purpose. I shall pop downstairs.
No problem.
Speak with this Atsura. Alright, so we're getting tasks for the Hawana. I think we're getting tasks for the Hawana, tasks for the Valian Trading Company, and tasks for the Royal Deadfire as well. And I have a sneaking suspicion that things will come to a head, because I don't think we're going to be able to please all those factions. So it wouldn't surprise me if at some point we have to pick one. And, well, I think it's easy enough to determine which one Fedoran is most likely to pick.
Yeah?
A young woman with a bright, wide smile and eyes to match raises her hand and gives you a quick but enthusiastic wave. Then, with an exaggerated look of embarrassment, she stops herself and crosses her forearms over her chest.
I always forget that part. Say, you're the Watcher of Cadnua, aren't you?
Ah.
I've never met anyone famous before.
Oh, fair. Well, fair. That's better. Fedora's spirit's now lifted, recognised and called famous in the same breath. Oh, marvellous.
Except the Hazanui. She yells at me sometimes.
Yells at you? Oh, it's a shame.
Oh, all the time.
She screws her face up into a look of mock seriousness. Still, she can't keep from smiling.
Where's my white leaf? Stop daydreaming. So bore me, if you lose the ledgers again, I'll have you clean the latrines. All this time, I didn't realize she knew my name.
Ah. I believe you're the quartermaster here. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Do you have anything that you are selling that I might be able to make use of? Her face crunches up in disappointment.
I really wish I could, but my supplies are for the Royal Deadfire Company and our allies. Hazanui's orders. Maybe if you impress her or Atsura, they could make an exception.
Oh. Well, fairly well. Oh, God. They're a very close-knit group, aren't they? Can't go into the bar, can't do this, can't do that. Let's go speak to this Atsura, maybe put a few things straight. They want us to help them out. We're going to need access to supplies and drink. We probably wouldn't use the bar very often, but it's just the fact that we can go in when we want is a start. Right, where are we?
Rhyming Hazanui with Kablooey?
Kablooey?
I can't think of anything else that goes with Hazanui.
Patui?
That's why I leave epics to the lore college.
Criticism is easier than creation.
I'll see it done.
An attempt, an excruciating attempt at epic poetry. Several foot lockers here that I'm sure a underhanded character would have a field day looting and plundering, but well, we're not quite that type of guy.
No problem.
Oh, cell area. Quick look in there as well. Looks distinctly empty. Okay, so a battlefield model, but more for recreational purposes, possibly, than actual use for planning grand battle strategies.
Got it. Yeah.
Right. The man behind the desk regards you with attentive, unblinking eyes and a perfectly open expression. His smooth features make it hard to pinpoint his age. though the crinkles at the corners of his eyes suggest he is not especially young. He cocks his head, taking your measure. He pauses before speaking, just a little longer than seems normal. When he finally does, he crosses his forearms over his chest and gives you a slow, exquisitely courteous nod. The whole gesture is so perfectly choreographed that it seems he must have practiced it many times.
Watcher Nui, the Lord of Cadnua.
He gives you a sleek half-smile that reveals a row of perfect pointed teeth. In his careful stare and the pause before he speaks, you recognize that he's studying you.
I'm not one for ostentation, but your remarkable display at Queen's birth suggests that you are an individual with skills, not mere style.
Ah, that's very true, yes. But I would like to think I've got a bit of both.
So I see.
His eyes shine with interest. He blinks, perhaps for the first time since your conversation began.
I am Atsura, Grand Secretary of the Royal Deadfire Company.
Ah, Grand Secretary. It sounds like a significant title. But he is strangely emotionless. He might as well be describing the colour of his clothing. And, I can't help but notice that you have quite a commanding presence here in the city.
And why not? Thousands of years ago, our people came from the archipelago. By one reckoning, we have as much claim on these islands as the Huana.
He shrugs and waves a hand in the manner of someone politely dismissing a compliment.
Does all Rowatayan law work this way? Where is that mountain of Azada shells I misplaced thousands of years ago?
But our purpose here is trade. While our homeland is rich in saltpeter, the violent climate and rocky soils make it a poor source for most other basic staples. It's my business to look after the mainland's interests here.
And do those interests include luminous Adra, I need to ask?
That is a Valian frivolity. Leave it to them to observe a substance that occurs nowhere else on Aora, and immediately set about pulverizing it for profit.
And what would you do with it instead?
Nothing. We know too little about luminous Adra to understand the consequences of ripping it out. Perhaps you can help me keep them from doing more harm.
Oh, now this sounds like we were doing something openly against the Valian Republic, the Valian Trading Company here. Yes, I don't really wish to pick a fight with the Valians, I'm afraid, if that's what you're implying.
It's not about what the Valians are doing to us, but rather to all of the Deadfire. The demand for luminous Adra has sent the Valian Trading Company into a frenzy. Their expeditions grow too bold, and their officers too greedy.
He puckers his lips as though at a lack of discretion at a dinner party.
Worse, their rapid expansion attracts pirates and threatens the outlying Huana tribes. This risks souring the Kahanga royals against all foreign involvement. But you can curtail their growth.
And with that line, Fedoran thinks to himself that the points he was making, as valid as they may have seemed, that last line makes him now think that actually he just wants us to hinder the opposition. They are a trading company after all. And so they too do wish for profits, and taking out or reducing the threat of the opposition can only be to their benefit. Yes. And he's going to speak his mind. This is not about the welfare of the Deadfire. You're a trader, sir, in charge of a trading company yourself. This is about them outpacing you. You wish to quell the success of the opposition. Let's speak plain and forget these games.
By snapping up land, we need to grow food and build ships for our people? Indeed. But our interests and Deadfire's are not mutually exclusive. The Valians have sent an expedition to Pococahara, a storm-wrecked island believed to house a vein of luminous.
We are going there.
I hear you accomplished an incredible feat in restoring the luminous Adra near Port Mage. If your abilities allow you to do that, then perhaps you are also capable of the opposite. Find the luminous Adra at Pococahara. Render it unusable to the Valians. This should encourage them to develop the resources they have, rather than reaching for more.
I thought you were concerned about disturbing the luminous Adra. You want to leave it alone, you said.
Deeply. But if a small sacrifice here will discourage the Valians from further ventures, then it is a worthwhile risk.
Yes. The more we have a conversation here, the more I believe that you are in it simply for your own ends. No, I will not do it. He shrugs, looking neither surprised nor displeased by your answer.
Deadfire is a tumultuous place. Consider the value of an ally with ships, cannons, and the backing of a great empire.
A soothing, sickening smile, Fedoran thinks.
I do not have the precise location of Pococahara, but the tribe on the nearby island of Tikawara could probably help. I suggest starting there. Now, what else can I do for you?
I think our business here is done. Goodbye. And with that, Fedoran thinks to himself,
No problem.
They can keep their quartermaster, they can stick their officer's lounge. We won't be coming back here in a hurry if we don't have to. So when we get to Pococahara, we have we're going to have two options: to activate this luminous Adra vein or to deactivate it. Of course, there's only one outcome. I mean, he was making a pretty good case almost at the very start, but a couple of lines that he said there just, yeah, sounded like he was. He's got obviously a beneficial interest in halting the Valian advance. No chance. Okay, so we'll finish the session off by... Well, first of all, let's have a quick look at that quest, actually. The Storm, so it's the same quest. So the Valian Trading Company have already sent one expedition to uncover the vein, but they've gone missing in action, so we need to find it. Yeah, so it's the same quest line. Okay, right, we need to go to Pariki's Overlook, because we're going to finish off the session in the Dark Cupboard to see if we have actually got a discount. Actually, we might not even finish the session here, you know. We might finish the session in Serpent's Crown, because we do have the quest there to nab that Cornet of Waves to get us into the Undercroft. Ah, right. Let's see if we get a discount here. Let's see if we get a discount. This could really help us out. This could really lift our spirits and lift our mood, because our time in the Brass Citadel wasn't that great, it must be said. Rebuked, rebuffed, insulted,
No problem.
and asked to openly sabotage the Valian Trading Company, much to Fedoran's horror. It's not been a good day, it must be said.
You're back. Kue, any news?
Yes, I took care of Berteno's debt personally by paying out of my own pocket out of the goodness of my heart to save the man. He looked so pained, and the person that he owed the money to came along, and he didn't look like he was going to do things very nice to poor Berteno. So yes, all in a day's work. Trying to grease that wheel, lay it on thick, get that discount.
You are willing to put up all that money?
Oh, it's not a problem. I can't bear to see a poor man suffer at the hands of loan sharks. I have no doubts that he made a silly decision or two to get himself in such a pickle, but that doesn't mean that I wish to see him harmed. It was nothing, Fedoran says, waving his hand and offering a chuckle.
What of the gloves? What happened to them?
Oh, these, you mean? Here, I have them right here. I hope that they are not too damaged from their little adventure. Yeah, we'll happily give them back if it gets us a bigger discount. They weren't that great.
At least I know Arkemir won't feed me to the imps.
Ah.
Take your discount as well. If the cupboard doesn't make its goals, so be it.
Oh, thank you so kindly. Thank you so kindly. And how much is it? Oh. We were hoping for 10%. 5%? I mean, still 5% of 13 grand? Well, which is the thing that we really want? It's this one. That's 8 grand. So 10% is 8. Yeah, so 5% of 8 grand is 400. So if we purchase this grimoire, which we will be, this is the one we want, that'll be 400 saved. So if we buy anything else from this list, we're going to be into the profits, aren't we? So all in all, it's still a good deal. Right. But now, whilst we've scratched her back, maybe she can scratch ours. Because I noticed that we could ask how we get into Arkemir's
Do you look for something in particular?
manor. Now, would we admit this to her and raise suspicions? Because if we tell her about it and then she doesn't let us in or whatever, we're getting by other means, that would kind of implicate us, wouldn't it? I need to get inside his manor. Well, we'll just mention it, I suppose. Feeling a bit bold, discounts and doing a favour. I'm an archmage. Obviously you've not heard of me in great detail, but I had dealings with Consul Hort several years ago, and I could do with speaking with Mr. Arkemir.
Imp, go hang laundry.
Oh dear.
I'm only doing this for how you help Berteno.
Ah, I see. There's nothing untoward going on, I quite assure you.
Here, burn Arkemir's manor down for all I care.
Oh my god, you're just giving us a key. The hell?
What else do you need?
Not a damn thing, my dear. Thank you very much for your kindness. I am happy to do business with you, and I will return here in due course to trade some things. Farewell. Okay. That'll do. Let's get out of here quickly before she changes her mind. Ask and you shall bloody receive.
Yeah.
Right. Seeing as we're on a roll.
If I collapse, just drag me on a rope.
This why you always got dirt in your hair?
What? You mean the grave dirt?
I wonder if I took to worshiping Andra, if she could make me forget what I just heard.
Okay, yeah, so now we're on a roll. Let's hopefully finish this off with a quick trip to Serpent's Crown. See if we can nab this cornet. The way it sounded is we're going to have to steal it. Now, if we're going to have to steal it, we're not going to do that. if we can talk him out of talk him to
something
giving
you
it
wanna
to
tell
us,
me? Sure.
great. If we have-
Takehu, would you mind terribly if I touched your hair?
Of course not. Only touch gently, and they will return the favor.
Huh. That's what Angwer said when we were necking in the Merkberries.
Bloody hellfire, what the hell's going on? Stop flirting with the bloody party members, will you, Jyoti? Right, so yeah, if we have to pay for it, we'll consider how much. If we have to steal it, we're not doing it. Yeah. There is an alternative option, of course. We can get the Cornet of the Depths, because that also seems to be good enough to give to Dario. We're probably only one level below those, or below that risen mage now, maybe 2. So we can get that. We can get that in the not too distant future if we need to. So we do have a backup plan. We don't have to do this. So not that Fedoran would know about the Cornet. We knows where the Cornet of Depths is, but he wouldn't know exactly where, considering that that little incident with the sunken temple didn't happen.
You must be careful when sparring. See the scratches on the wood?
Okay, this is a rather large place and not what we were expecting, to be honest with you. Huh. An older Mataru man stands ringed by younger Hoana, apprentices or pupils it seems. His robes shimmer with quartz beading and his perfume announces his presence from across the room. Yet beneath his finery he looks like a fighter gone to seed. Disused muscles flop from his arms and flab pads him like so many layers of silk. He looks up and notices you.
Greetings, and welcome to my home.
He gestures to the lavish room, puffing his broad chest out a little more.
For what do you come to my villa?
Read his soul. That's a bit intrusive, isn't it? Would we? That's a bit intrusive. We'll cut to the chase. I hear you have a rare Ondrite artifact in your possession.
The Cornet of Waves. It is a conch shell, but very important. To receive it is the highest honor.
Kind of sickens us that we're going to put it into Dario's hands, if that is the case.
The Queen gave it to me as thanks for my years of service.
Oh.
I was her personal bodyguard when she was a child, you know.
Oh, I see. And why is it so special? Hopefully getting a bit more of an honest answer from this guy than we did from Dario.
Because it is sacred to the goddess Andra. Everyone knows it is a privilege to have.
He clasps his interlaced fingers together, his knuckles glowing white. He glances towards his apprentices.
Akara Takano. Everyone knows it is a sign of favor.
She snaps to, her response as sudden and automatic as though Takano had just given her an order. He gives the apprentice an appreciative nod.
I am misled if holding a shell is all it takes to earn Ngati's favor. Andra, if I'm trying to use a bit of his knowledge, is the goddess of loss, I believe, and legends say she calls missing things to her with the music of the conch, does she not?
Truly? Then I must hope she calls nothing back from me. Generations ago, there was a similar shell. When the old city sank, Andra's faithful gathered around that cornet and prayed for deliverance.
He leans close, a storyteller's grin spreading across his face. An ominous sing-song creeps into his voice.
But Andra is not a goddess of mercies. Instead of lifting them from the ruin, she pulled them down with the shell and said they would rise when it did.
Ah, so this is the skeletons. Is there a way to stop them from rising?
That is the story, anyway. Macabre, no?
Ah, okay, maybe not. I don't know how to put this, so I'll put it plain. I need the Cornet of Waves.
But it was a gift from the Queen.
It is unusual for a man of my standing to give such a thing away.
Okay. That's a bit far-fetched, isn't it? It's not going to a deserving keeper who knows its history. I mean, we have given its history, and if he thinks we're keeping it, maybe, just maybe, he might. Oh, but though he can't bear to pay with any more, part with any more coin. You know what? If he willingly gives it, with a little bit of a white lie from us, it is for the greater good, of course. We need to get down there, well, to discover the black market for the palace. So although the Queen gave it to you, we're doing this for the Queen in a roundabout way, so it kind of fits, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, Fedoran laying it on as thick as he can about the history of it. I've just given you the history, of course. You was unaware of it, and obviously it deserves to be in the possession of such a person that can appreciate its history. As if he's just going to give it to a random stranger that comes in and wags his tongue about it.
But the Queen gave it to me. There is great honor in such a gift.
I know there is great honor in such a gift, but the fact that she gave it to you, that is the honor, not the thing itself. You received it, and you have the Queen's honor. It is not a problem. It lies in her esteem. You don't need the trinket for all eternity to prove that, do you? No.
But what is esteem if no one sees it? Esteem is expensive to maintain.
Oh, bugger. So he's a very materialistic kind of guy. 750 coppers? Oh. God, how much money are we spending today?
Very well. But it was a gift. It is unusual but the Queen gave it to me. There is great honor in such a gift.
We'll pursue a variety of different arguments and see which one flipping works here. Okay, I'm thinking we talked about Ondra, using the shell. We'll continue that theme, We are a very learned fella when it comes to all things Ondra. All of a sudden, she punishes those who refuse to let things go, yes? If you cling to her relic, rather greedily, imagine what she might take instead, yes? You know how she operates, surely.
Far be it from me to offend a goddess, especially when I have much else to steward.
Huh, exactly. Any other trinkets around here? What's a shell?
Take it, with my blessing.
Phew. Very good. Very good indeed. Inscribed with symbols, the tip fitted with a silver mouthpiece. The cornet of waves was handed over to a random man who came in and talked about Ondra. Strange but true. The power of Fedoran's tongue knows no bounds. Now, I'm kind of thinking, do we give it to Dario now, or do we actually wait until we get the pair? I think we're going to wait till we get the pair, in fact, because something may happen. I thank you kindly. When I go to the next temple of Ondra, I shall make sure that I mention this kindness in my prayers. Bye. Oh dear. Right. So there you go, you see? Why send a thief to do a talking man's job? So I think that'll do for today's session. A bit of an up and down one, but it ended on a positive note. We started out being cast down in the Brass Citadel and told to do something against our principles when it came to the Valian Trading Company. But we ended with a discount in the Dark Cupboard, Archimede's Key, and the Cornet of Waves. All in all, I think that outweighs the bad stuff, doesn't it? So in the next session, we're going to actually leave Neketaka, you may be pleased to know. We've been here for some time,
But I think most of the quests that we've got in Neketaka that are of our level are pretty much done now, and there's plenty for us to do out in the big wide world. So what we're going to do is we are going to... I wanted that eyeglass before we went away again, but we're not going to have enough coin to get it, I don't think. It's a shame. But what we're going to do is we're going to head on out and figure out kind of where we're going. Which I'll do off camera, kind of make a plan as to what we're going to do, visit a couple of islands, do a couple of quests, maybe even see if we can have a bit of ship combat, or at least a boarding or something, just to experience that. We may also have to tinker with the crew a little bit to make sure that we've got a balanced crew, so I'm going to visit the Wild Mare, see if we can hire any crew slots that we need. As well. So next time you see us, we shall be ready to go on the docks, and we shall be ready to head on off into the archipelago proper. So hopefully you can join me for that as Fedoran sets sail once again. Until then, see you soon.